This is Steve Nelson with the weekly weather briefing from the National Weather Service in Peachtree City for the week starting Thursday, September 21st. Here are the high points for the forecast. Dry and warm conditions with slightly above normal temperatures are expected through at least Monday, with only scattered showers possible Tuesday through Thursday with continued seasonable temperatures. Heavy rain or strong or severe storms are not expected in the next 7 days. And looking out further to week 2, looks like continued warm seasonal temperature with average to below average chances for measurable rainfall. Okay, let's look at the weather map across the country. There's some low pressure off to the west in the central U.S., but generally dry conditions over the eastern with a high pressure in control. Look at this feature here that's developing just recently in the last 24 hours. This is a tropical area of low pressure. And if you look on our recent satellite imagery, you can see this generally clear weather over the eastern U.S. and Florida. This area of rotation and disturbed weather is associated with a tropical low, and if you look carefully, you'll see that spiral of the surface low pressure near exposed by the higher clouds. It's a pretty cool feature. And the National Hurricane Center has begun issuing advisories and forecasts for this area of low pressure named Potential Tropical Cyclone 16 at this time. It is forecast to track north and affect the eastern U.S., and it should become a tropical storm. And depending on the time frame of when it becomes a tropical storm, whether this area, number 1 in the eastern Atlantic, forms into a tropical storm, if it does before Tropical Cyclone 16, it would either be named the O storm, which is Ophelia this year, or Philippe. The other thing that we all want to keep in mind for us, of course, is for Georgia, we're not expecting any impacts. And in fact, in patterns like this with northerly flow on the western side of a storm like this, we can actually get pretty nice weather in the state. So for the rest of today, we're expecting near normal temperatures, mainly in the 80s, and chances of rain are limited to the southeast part of the state. The weather map for tomorrow shows this low pressure, the potential tropical cyclone number 16 moving north, as forecast with dry weather in between this low pressure to the west and what's associated with the potential tropical cyclone. Nice area of dry weather, no rain expected in north and central Georgia tomorrow. For the weekend, it's looking pretty nice, actually. The low pressure that's associated here in the west is not really moving anytime soon. This upper low system that's pretty large over the western U area is pretty much remaining stationary, maybe evolving a little bit to the east and north with time. But we're stuck in the middle here with high pressure, so no rain is expected across the state with mild and near normal temperatures across Georgia. Beginning early next week, Monday should be a pretty dry day as well, as the storm system here shown with this low pressure to the west, starting to finally slowly move east. When you get to Tuesday, the low pressure, and Wednesday as well, that front kind of moves out of the area. So we're not expecting widespread precipitation. The storm system is really fizzling out. We've got 20 to maybe 40% chances of measurable rainfall during this period, mainly Tuesday through Thursday. And fortunately, we're not expecting any heavy rain, any stronger severe storms are not expected. So over the 7-day period, which again is really going to be limited and confined to Tuesday through Thursday, this is what's shown in the map here is just the average or most likely conditions or most likely rainfall. If you were to add that up over that 3-day period during the middle of next week, total amounts to be generally under an inch. If you look at the worst case scenario for each individual day, if you add that up, if we really get unlucky, you could see amounts up to 3 inches, perhaps in North Georgia and along the coast here in Savannah and lower Georgia. But that probably does not look likely. So they should be seeing amounts generally around an inch and perhaps a little more in the northeast part of the state. And again, another nice way to see this all on one page, we've got a listing of selected cities, larger cities across the state, mainly for north and central Georgia for our partners here at NWS Atlanta. And you can look at your favorite city. Generally, these colors tend to represent like around normal to slightly above normal conditions. Highs start to approach 90 degrees in the southern and central part of the state on Monday, but with the increased clouds and rainfall Tuesday through Wednesday, those high temperatures start to drift back down. Chances of rain, as we mentioned earlier, are going to be mostly very low all the way through Monday. And starting Tuesday, we're starting to see low chances, nothing over 30% at this time at any selected cities. Just to quickly show you graphically what could be expected the week starting there on September 28th and beyond into the last week of September and early October, looking near normal. There's maybe an indication from some of our guidance that we could see a little bit of above normal rainfall. Not very likely. And for looking further out, 8 to 14 days, I know it overlaps, but it does start to look out to the full 2 week period, the second week. And it is indicating some higher chances of above normal temperatures and maybe perhaps below normal rainfall. So, and something to keep in mind while I show you the baseline, September and October are also our driest months of the year. So if we're indicating below normal rainfall for September, October, you're usually talking about very low rainfall amounts. So to summarize all this up, dry and warm conditions are expected through at least Monday with slightly above normal temperatures. Starting on Tuesday, we could have some scattered showers around, maybe more so in the north and west part of the state, but nothing too major. Really no heavy rain or any strong to severe storms are expected. The week 2 and beyond, starting to look at early October, shows continued warm seasonal temperatures with average to perhaps below average chances for measurable rainfall. So that's it for this briefing. If you need anything from us or you have any special events planned, please reach out to us at the information below. Have a great week.